Watch me walk across that river, look the devil in the eye.
I got an invitation from Fides Kruker, an artist in Toronto, to co-produce a show called the CP Salon. And the show was about the lived experiences of Kazumi Tsuruko, who is a disability artist from Toronto who lives with cerebral palsy. And I said yes, and produced the first disability theater production in Saskatchewan in 2006. And then also co-taught with Fides and Kazumi a 4-day voice workshop.
The performer was Asian gentleman with CP, as I have CP, and I just, my jaw dropped.
I was extraordinarily moved by the video of the theater production, partially because it was beautiful, really nice work, and also because at first I was quite taken aback by Kazumi as a performer because of my conditioning of this is what theater looks like and this is what it doesn't look like.
Baby, I want you or you can do it. Hold me.
I was simultaneously taken in and sort of repulsed a little bit, unfortunately. And those two things combined made it very interesting for me as a human being and also as somebody who felt I was quite open-minded.
Tracy had been doing really invested work here in the community since the mid-aughts, and some of the workshops that she'd done to generate participants, she'd partnered with SILC, so the South Saskatchewan Independent Living Centre. And Maggie Dixon was a participant there and also on the board of directors of Commonweal. And so I think just through her participation in the programs that Tracy was doing, saw a really important sort of niche that was being filled with Tracy's work, and thought, with Commonweal's backing and support and administrative clout, maybe she could take it and do something that was not just looking at disabled folks coming in and participating in a program, but actually designing something to meet their needs.
The feedback from the participants at the workshop was fabulous. That's why the organization is here, is that project.
This is fates will take you on a ride, on a whim.
Through Tracy and met Fides, it opened a door within myself that I have never opened before.
The disability and CRIP community has always been kind of special interest to Commonweal, because I think that disability artists and disability folks across the spectrum are really kind of left out of mainstream cultural representation. And so in that way, Commonweal got involved with the disability community when we started the Listen to This as a project back in the mid-aughts with Tracy Foster.
I had figured out already as an artist, and a teacher, I don't know a lot about this, and that's okay. I know a lot about my work, but I don't know a lot about anybody that I'm going to begin to work with, and I don't know a lot about working with this community. And the group's diverse. We're talking when I started age 18 to I think 62. and there were many different disabilities, physical, cognitive, and learning. So I just went in with the desire for all of the individuals as well as the collective to be able to tell a good story, whether that be from walking across the stage or looking at one another, or more specifically beginning to delve into their voice as the main impulse and actually get into monologue or poetry.
I had a series of songs that took people from being in an opened state into a self-advocacy state, and then into a more integrated state, and then into a place that just felt like a balance of all of those things.
Yeah, when you're working with voice and body, a lot of the stuff that comes out is personal story, even if you're not cultivating that. So there was a lot of really beautiful sharing and storytelling, and there was a lot of really beautiful singing done from some people who had never sung before in their lives, partially because they had been told not to or asked not to, and others partially because they felt they shouldn't.
The biggest thing with community participation is the understanding that people have a right to self-govern, right? And so instead of me coming in, being outside of these communities and saying just because of my position at Commonweal, I must know best how to proceed, it's taking the time to actually get to know the people you're trying to serve and build something in collaboration with them that meets their needs. If people have had agency in what they want to produce, then the project is successful.
We were all really curious and open to see what the outcome would be without having to have a grandiose idea about success, because that really wasn't it.
Some people have marvelous voices and they sing solo, but I don't have that, so I sing with the group as a chorus. And so you learn to harmonize, you learn rhythm, and for myself, I get to practice just speaking.
People grow, they see the difference in the group, in the sense that they can do things, they learn how to do things as a group, or they learn how to do things independently.
I'm so proud of what we accomplished. Not just being a member and a board member, but seeing the other members bringing out of themselves and taking that first step and knowing that they have people behind them. If they fall, we will be there to catch them.
And we were asked right away by pretty much all of the participants and the two organizations that were supporting, what next? Where are we going from here? We did about 3 or 4 projects like that over the short term, which were one-offs. And then we planned a 4-month project. And that was what really, concretized the obvious need, moreover the want and the desire from community members in Regina to have something going on like this.
I think Listen to This is really pushing back on our province in a really broad scale to say, like, hey, we have our own ideas about how we think work should be made, and we're going to hold the integrity of that and the integrity of our voices paramount. And if you want to work with us, you need to get on board. And so it's great in that way to work with folks like Tracy and John and Natasha, who I think have really cultivated that skill of being able to disrupt the ways that we've been working for years. And those ways need to be disrupted because they're not healthy. They're not what's best, I think, for a broad sector of our society. And so to disrupt them and to start to understand, how we can shift our practice, everything from artistic practice to administration, to make room for more voices, I think is only going to make us all stronger.
The collaboration between Commonweal Community Arts, Silk, South Saskatchewan Independent Living Centre, and myself as an artist, with the important aspect of funding from the Saskatchewan Arts Board for the residency for myself. It is within that collaboration that this has been a success. The interdependence, I think, which is a very significant model of existence in disability culture, that interdependence somehow is what also connected the dots to help organize having an organization and the programming within that organization that we have today.
I'm stronger every day. I've got my faith. I've got no time to waste to get to where I need to be. I got my back to the wall. I've got nowhere to fall. I'm standing up tall. Watch me walk across that river. Look the devil in the eye.